God's grace and peace to you. I'm Leonie. What is a real man and what is a real woman? Most discussions about manhood and womanhood these days have to do with biological fact versus fiction. But today I'll be talking about words and what people want them to mean. I watched a video posted by Christian Red Pillar called "I'm Not a Real Man," with the interesting premise of a man saying he's not a real man because what culture today considers a real man is so off base from his own values. A real man, according to many secular and religious leaders, is someone who will surrender common sense, healthy standards, money, and even morality to make women feel better. If you don't do what they want you to do, you're less of a man, and they have the social power to back up their definition. Please go check out Christian Red Pillar's original video to see how he responds to being railroaded like this, and subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. Women aren't in the same situation I just described because my country and many others have been shaped by feminism, backlash from women who rejected the cultural standard of womanhood and have forged a chaotic frontier where females can't be criticized for their choices, but men always have to do better. So why am I not a real woman? I found 6 reasons a modern woman would consider me abnormal and just not right. I'm not a real woman because I reject feminism. I trust what the Bible says about male and female roles, and I base my politics on what history proves is good for society, not on what wild-eyed witches say. I'm not a real woman because I accept that obesity is unhealthy. Health at every size is a lie. I'm not a real woman because I support the patriarchy. I've noticed that families and communities with strong and moral male leaders are generally healthier than those with subordinate or absent men. I'm not a real woman because I think it's immoral and a bad life choice to have sex before marriage, even with someone you really love. If you wait, then among other benefits, you have something to give your future spouse that you've never given to anyone else. You avoid STDs as well as mental and emotional strain from forming and breaking intimate bonds, and you are more likely to form a stable family for your potential children to grow up in. I'm not a real woman for the reason that I don't think women should legally get away with murder just because the victim lives inside of them. I'm not a real woman because I am entirely dependent on someone who said that I will die if I leave him. That someone is God. Some might say that I'm stupid, insecure, or thinking dangerous thoughts, that if I'm not a feminist, then I'm working against the female cause. But most won't care. I know people who would agree with me on the things I listed, and if someone didn't agree with me, they might tell me that there are a billion different ways to be a woman, so what I'm saying makes no difference. People are starting to see that feminist yelling points only apply to countries under Muslim or dictatorial rule. But people also generally assume that the sexes have achieved equality of opportunity, that neither men nor women are favored. What's really happened is just what I said earlier. Womanhood is not tied to standards anymore, but manhood is. It's seen as fair and just that men have to be hammered into the shape society demands of them because of their historical head start or their barbaric nature. So various groups impose handicaps which they hope will lead to equality of outcome. That is, men and women having the same wages, men and women being hired in equal numbers to all jobs, except for the really dangerous or nasty jobs, men and women graduating from college in equal numbers, etc., etc., and in the process, their frothy concoction of laws, social pressure, and envy have artificially propped women up. They say that women are strong enough to do without men, and in the next breath they need to comfort the delicate flowers and give them prizes they didn't earn. Funny thing about prizes, though, is that someone has to earn them. It used to primarily be men who went outside the home to provide for their families. It was primarily men who took responsibility for creating safe communities to live in. Now the statistics have changed and women are given a leg up at the expense of men. We blame men for taking money and stability away from women and for creating unsafe communities, while we tell them to shut up and keep their noses to the grindstone, or else they're little boys who can't handle a real woman. Conflicting messages about responsibility fly this way and that, catching innocents in the crossfire. Men who speak out against this treatment shouldn't be ridiculed, silenced, or falsely accused. Yet they are, by the media, by their wives, by their pastors, by women who then turn around and ask where all the good men went. If those who support or use these tactics are real women, then I am not a real woman. Before I end this video, I want to say I'm sorry to my subscribers for not posting in several months. I have some videos planned for the near future. Thank you so much for your fellowship, your thoughtful comments on my previous videos, and your patience. And to all, thanks for watching. Talk to me in the comments and let God's light shine through you.